Hi everyone, Holden here. The following video that you're about to watch is my predictions and my hopes for the Mortal Kombat 1 roster that dropped in September. If you like Mortal Kombat even a little bit, give me a like, share, and a follow. I'll be posting a lot of content related to Mortal Kombat 1 and any kind of Mortal Kombat related, anything related to Mortal Kombat at all on this channel. I'm not the best, I'm not the best video editor or content creator or anything like that, but what I do know is that I love Mortal Kombat and I could talk about it for, oh my God, I could talk about it days, months, weeks, hours, it doesn't matter. For this predictions and for this roster, for this roster prediction. If I didn't include your, your favorite character or anything, just please don't come for me. I'm just a boy. Let's get started. All right, so let's get this tier list started here. So we're going to start with the obvious, the ones that have been confirmed, and that's Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Katana, Melina, I'm drawing a blank. We're going to leave Johnny Cage here for a minute. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, even though I don't think it's that Kung Lao. Raiden, am I on drugs? I'll put Johnny Cage here, and then I will put Shang Tsung here too as a pre-order bonus. He counts. MK11 had 25, I think it said. 25, yeah. So 25 characters at launch. So it's mainly going to be characters. I feel like going back to MK1 and restarting everything. I feel like, and then based on the characters that we've seen in the trailer that are mostly from MK1, actually they're all from MK1 and MK2, I feel like the roster is going to be heavily based towards them rather than the 3D era characters that we were told that we were going to be getting. I feel like a lot of the 3D era characters that a lot of people have been wanting are going to show up eventually as cameo characters. And if you don't know what a cameo character is now, it's going to be assist-based characters that are going to be a part of the separate roster that are not going to be playable on the main roster. The reason I held off on the Johnny Cage at the beginning was because I don't want to cover leaks or anything, but he was supposed to be a cameo character. But I'm thinking he's going to launch on the main roster and then be a cameo character later, personally. Let's go ahead and, like I said, I don't really want to go too far into the leaks, but so far everything that's really leaked about the game's been kind of true. So we're going to put Ermac in Combat Pack because he was leaked as part of the Combat Pack, along with, I believe it was Quan Chi. And I can't find anybody on this tier list right now. And Takeda. These are going to be what are in Combat Pack 1 as characters. Plus, there's 3 more DLC guest characters. That part I won't spoil for anybody. But I'm going to assume that Combat Pack 2, when it eventually comes, will be 3 more characters from the Mortal Kombat universe. And then it'll be 3 more guest characters as well. So at the end, I'm going to add 3 more characters to the Combat Pack 1. So we can kind of start narrowing it down from here. This is going to be a combination of characters that I want to see and characters that I think we will see. I'm going to try to intertwine the two. With that being said, and I'm going to take my time on this. So characters I don't think we'll see. I don't think we'll see Meat. I don't think we'll see Blaze. Don't think we'll see Mocap. Movado was also part of the leak as a cameo character, along with Tremor. Let me look up who else. I can't remember off the top of my head. Ferritor. Which, to be fair, these should go under Combat Pack 1 as well. Let's go ahead and move those down. This is going to be base. Let's go ahead and type that in. Base cameo characters that are going to be in the game, available at launch. So based on what we've seen in the trailer, Melina, or Kitana and Melina, seem like they're going to be a really big deal per usual. So I feel like we can intertwine Jade here. Maybe there'll be some kind of conflict, and Jade will have to, be in between them. Let's do, to finish out the rest of the leak of the combat pack. I can't remember which chameleon is spelled with a K and which one's spelled with a C. I'm just going to assume it's the male version and put him there. And then the last character that was part of the leaks for the combat pack cameo part was stupid. It was Johnny Cage. But I think he's going to be, like I said, I think he's going to be both. So I feel like we can leave him on the main roster. I feel like you really can't leave out Johnny Cage anyway. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have 25 here. Let's go ahead and put that in parentheses as well. And then cameo characters. Obviously, this is the first time that they've ever done something like this. I'm going to assume we'll fix that later. So who do we think who is some other characters that we can leave out? I wouldn't mind seeing Chameleon, the female chameleon as well. Lee May's lame. Let's leave her out. Jarek, no shot. Dairu, no shot. A lot of people like him. I can't stand him. I think he's a really lame character. Let's leave out Borracho, please. Let's give him Once in a Blue Moon games. I don't think any of the characters that we just had in the previous game are coming back. So we can roll out Chronica, Cetrion, and I wouldn't mind seeing Garrus, but I don't think he's coming back. So we've kind of got it narrowed down a little bit. Taven not coming back. Dagon not coming back. I don't think Cobra's coming back. We really don't need him anyway. Who else can we mark off? Suhao not coming back. Shujinko not coming back. Darius, probably not, buddy. I feel like we can make a roster just based off elimination here. Moloch not coming back. So we've still got 10. So we've got 15 slots we can fill here, and it's going back to early. It appears. It looks like we're going back to a lot of the characters maybe being from early on in the series. So with that logic, and we need to base, and I feel like we could bring back a lot of classic characters that even people think that were jobbers or just didn't have a big role in the original timeline. I feel like we can bring them all back because they want to, old characters are going to have new rivalries. Some bad guys, from what it appears, can be good now. So what we can do, let's bring back some classics. The thing is, we don't know the time frame of the game. It's called Mortal Kombat 1, but is it taking place at the same time the original MK1 did? Is it set in modern times? Is it... so I really don't know exactly what's going on. That makes me feel that we could probably take the combat kids out. I don't really want Kung Jin. Well, we've got Takeda here, but he is a part of the combat pack, if the leaks are true. So we could possibly see Jackie and Cassie, but I feel like they've both been in 2 games in a row, and I feel like they never really stuck like they were supposed to. Cassie kind of did an MKX, but neither one of them were really there in MK11, in my opinion. I feel like this isn't. They just unfortunately have to be here, but I don't think we'll see them. I don't think we'll see Jackie or Cassie. I don't think we'll see either one of those. So, characters that I'd like to see, or that we can definitely add Smoke. I don't think there's any way at all that they're going to leave Smoke out of 3. Well, if you count Tribe Work, I don't think we see Human Smoke and Enra. I don't think there's a way that we see him out of 3 straight Mortal Kombats when he's been heavily requested. Most characters that are heavily requested get eventually put into the game. Melina with MK11, Noob with MK11 after missing MKX. So I feel like and then Rain 2 with MK11. So I feel like there's a lot of characters that they can bring into the game here. So I think Smoke. I don't think there's any way that Smoke. Plus his story's kind of cool. He can be intertwined with Sub-Zero, who I actually think is going to be Bihan, and not quite Liang, based on what we've seen in the trailer. I feel like if Shang Tsung is in the game, he's got to have his right-hand man, Goro. I feel like Goro's got to be in it. Even though, based on previous games, we had Goro in MKX and Shiva in MK11. So the next four-arm creature, four-arm Shokan, that should be in Mortal Kombat should be Kentaro. Maybe we'll put Kentaro and wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing Kentaro. I feel like we could have Goro in the game and just have a Kentaro skin to get them both in the game. Kind of like they did with Injustice 2, whenever you were able to intertwine with Raiden. I think it was Raiden. And you could change his skin and get a different character or something like that. I don't know. So I think we see Goro if we see Shang Tsung. I feel like, especially going all the way back to the MK1 days, I feel like if they're just really restarting everything, I know a lot of people think that Onaga, and I wouldn't mind seeing him. I don't think he's going to be in the game. I think I don't know if Shang Tsung is the main bad guy or not. I kind of feel like it's going to be a redesign of Shao Kahn again, but I know we've seen that. I know we've seen that a bunch of times. I wouldn't mind seeing Shinnok. MK4 is my favorite game of all time, and he's the final boss in that game. I wouldn't mind seeing him, but I don't think there's any shot he's getting into this game. I'm kind of done with Kotal as well. I don't really want to see Kotal anymore. And Hataru, I don't think he makes it back either. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33 characters. 33 characters left. I feel like it's made it really easy doing it this way with the process of elimination. And even if we fill up one of these right here and we get down to me not having enough characters, I'll fill it in with characters that we've already ruled out. So characters that I feel like make sense in the story. Right now I really need to commit to Shang Tsung being the main bad guy. I need to figure out who the final boss is right now in my prediction. I just don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a Motaro, but not this version. If it's this version, then he goes down here. But if it's MK3 version, I wouldn't mind seeing him. So let's do Shao Kahn in the main story. He's a main bad guy for a lot of these games, and if we're rebooting I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if he belongs. Let's move him back down here for now. Characters that I want to see in the game. Ermac is my favorite character of all time, and he's been leaked. But my second favorite of all time, and really it's a close 1B, is Reptile. And being a member of MK1 and 2, and sending out MK11 and being a popular character, I don't think there's any way that he gets left out of MK12. Moving on. I don't think we see Kira at all. I feel like she can take a hike. We've already got our 4-armed warrior here. I don't think we'll see Shiva, but we can put her here. I wouldn't mind seeing Shiva again, but I don't think she makes it this time. I'm heavily... The ninjas are really, I feel like, the biggest staple of Mortal Kombat. Everybody thinks Liu Kang, but I feel like when you think Mortal Kombat, you immediately think the ninjas. I think we could put Noob in, and I only think that because, based on what we've seen in the trailer, if this right here is going to be Bihan, which, if you don't know, Noob Saibot in every other game has always been Bihan after he's been brought back by Quan Chi. What if Noob Saibot ends up being Kuai Ling Yang somehow in this timeline? Because everything's all screwed up. It could make sense. So Noob either is Bihan or Kuai Ling Yang. Let's put Noob in the game. They'll figure it out. They're the best storytellers. And really, they base... This is why I think cameo characters are a great idea. Let's take a second. So the roster is always determined by who the fans want, character popularity, and stuff like that. Then they go ahead and they make the whole story mode based on characters that we want, and they still make it fantastic every single time. I feel like the cameo characters, because they're going to be models in the game and they're going to have their own moves and everything like that, I feel like they can load up with a bunch of cameo characters, but don't make them like super balanced for competitive play or anything like that, so they can load the roster a little bit that way. And the story mode can be a little bit more immersive because there's a lot more characters to involve in the story and a lot more backstory and stuff like that. I feel like this story mode can be several chapters longer than the previous NRS titles. Just a little bit more lore and to tell an all new story, because we have to start off with a bang if this is an all new timeline. So I feel like they can really load down the cameo characters, and we can, fight them in the story mode. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's really not a lot of options left. I love both of the robots, and I want them to be in the game so bad, but I'm trying to think of a way that they could tell the story, because if everything's gone crazy and everything, maybe they can make them humans, but still have the same power somehow. So give me Cyrax and give me Sector. Don't give me any of that Triborg stuff. I want all fresh characters from both of them. Give me Cyrax and Sector. But at the same time, they can make easy cameo characters, because they could just run and shoot a rocket or shoot a net or a bomb and just bounce. But we'll put them on the main roster. Let's do... If we've got all three of the main females, we've got Shang Tsung and, we had Shao Kahn, but now we don't. I feel like we have to put Sindel in the game as well. She's not really one of my favorites. I didn't really like the character at all until the MK11 design. This design right here is the best of Sindel. Okay, we'll put Shao Kahn. I guess I kind of think it's if it's not Shang Tsung, I feel like the main enemy is going to be on Naga. We'll move Shao Kahn down again. We're undecided on Shao Kahn. We're starting back at MK1. I doubt we see Collector, but I wouldn't mind seeing him. They said a lot of the 3D era characters are coming back, but my roster up here doesn't have a lot of 3D era characters, so let's go ahead and start throwing some in. Let's throw Fujin in. I feel like a really great story can be done with Fujin here, especially with Raiden being mortal this time around. So I think Fujin fits in well. A lot of people like Natara. I can't stand her. I don't want her in at all. I know that's just me. She's probably she could make the roster or be part of the Combat Pack or, Combat Pack 2 or whatever. I'm not a fan though, but it's whatever. Oh, Havoc for sure. I don't know how he's going to intertwine in the story. I just know he's been requested so many freaking times that there's no way that they can leave him out again. Opinion. We need some cameo characters in here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we need 6 more on the base roster. And we need some cameo fighters. It's so hard though, because what is a cameo character even going to... How are they going to play? How are they determining these guys? Like, there's no hints. I don't know how many there's going to be. I don't know how in-depth they're going to go with designs. Kenshi is a 3D era character. Let's give Kenshi... Maybe he's not blind this go around. Maybe he's just deaf. That was funny. Triborg, I don't think comes back. I wouldn't mind seeing Triborg just to get the robots on the roster. If for people watching that don't know, Triborg is Cyrix Sector and Robot Smoke combined into one. I wouldn't mind seeing them, but we'll leave Triborg here for now. We've really not got that many options left. Aaron Black is my favorite character from the NRS series. I don't know if he's going to make the roster. That's a good spot for our first cameo character. Aaron Black's going to come in, shoot you a couple times, and then bounce. Let's see here. I wouldn't mind seeing Frost. I don't think she comes back, though. I'd say... God, they can make Baraka look so sick. Let's put Baraka in the game just based on what he looks like. We still need some people to beat up in the story mode, though. But maybe he'll be good. We don't know. For all we know, based on what was in the trailer, Shang Tsung, his new design looked like he could be a good guy. Honestly, he looked like a good guy until he started mucking up all the good guys, and Liu Kang kind of looked like a bad guy. So maybe everything's not reversed completely, and Shang Tsung is the good guy. Doubt it, being a pre-order bonus. But you never know. Let's give... I can't see them leaving Jax out. Especially with Jackie. We'll go ahead and put Jax on the main roster. At least he was an MK2. So I think we've got 5 more slots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. We've got 3 slots. 3 slots, and we need some more 3D era characters. This is going to be controversial. And if you're watching this, this is probably the part where you're just going to be like, he's stupid, and just leave the page. Like I said earlier, my favorite game of all time is MK4. And we're going all the way back to the Great Kung Lao and stuff like that, and we need monks and stuff like that. Why not Kai? If you've played MK4 at the end of the story, Raiden gives him his staff, and Kai becomes the new protector of Earth. Not enough backstory ever. He never really got a chance. Here's our chance. At worst, I think he is cameo, but I would love to have Kai back. Please. That would be so sick. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 characters still left. I feel like Nightwolf is popular enough to be, after being in MK11, I feel like he could be a great cameo character because he's got a lot of different moves. He could run in, hit you with the dash, hit you with an arrow, hit you with lightning. stuff like that. I feel like Nightwolf is the perfect cameo character, actually. We're going to go ahead and list him first, actually. Can I move? Nightwolf, great cameo character. I wouldn't mind that at all. So we've got the two obvious ones here, Sonya and Kano. If I put one, I've got to put them both. But that would completely tap me out of characters for the main roster. I feel like Stryker is a good character for cameo. Run in, shoot a gun, throw a grenade, something like that. Unless he's portrayed by John Cena, then he's main roster for sure. Or he could be a good spot for the combat pack too. I need a new. Can I insert a new tab? Let's do add a row below, and we're gonna name this one Combat Pack Cameo. So they listed that the Combat Pack 1 is going to have 6 characters and 5 cameo characters. So the 5 that they have listed are Ferritor, Tremor, Movado, one of the Chameleons, and then Johnny Cage up here. But I think Johnny Cage is going to be both. So there's technically supposed to be 5 here. With the characters we have left, it's pretty tough. A lot of 3D area guys here. We've got Tanya, Reiko, Ashura. A lot of people want Ashura. I wouldn't mind seeing Ashura. We've got Serena. I'm like the only person that likes Draman. I don't think he comes back at all. So, sorry for all the math. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24. Oh, that completely caps me out then. Let me recount here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I can't count. So let's just go ahead and give our final 2 roster spots to Kano and Sonya. There's no shot that they leave out like one of these characters that have been so requested, like a Natara or like who else from the 3D era, or like Ashura or something like that. There's no way that they pick Kai. I love Kai so much though. Let's put him in cameo. He did have some really cool moves from MK4. He's got fireballs from above and from below. I feel like that could make a great cameo ability. So we've cleared up. We've got one more spot here. I don't think we'll see Cabal again, even though he was one of my main characters from MK11. Scarlet was super popular too. We'll put Scarlet as a cameo. How many cameo characters do we think they're going to have? So if the base roster is 25, and we've got a combat pack with 6 playable characters and 5 cameo characters, I think 15 seems kind of high though. That brings it to 40 total. Let's do 10. We'll go ahead and add this in too. So 10, we've got 10 cameo characters. Really, they can mess around with the cameo characters. We might be able to get the entire universe of Mortal Kombat listed in here. I'm not a big fan of Devora. I don't like her in MKX or MK11. Gameplay wise or story wise, really, out here killing Scorpion. Unbelievable. She's been in 2 straight games and been a main focal point. I could see her being cameo. I could see it. Rain. There's no way they make him DLC a 3rd time. So what do we have here? I took out Kai, and we've cleared up 1 spot here. So the last character on the main roster can be... And if everybody left, it's got to be Shao Kahn. I feel like it has to be. I feel like I don't have enough females in here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got 5 females on the main roster. Maybe we can swap out Kenshi. Make Kenshi a cameo. He could come in and do up swords and stuff like that. Oh, I love Kenshi though. I want Kenshi in the game. You know what? This is my list. And they need to make more interesting female characters. So we've got Cabal. I love Cabal. He'd be a good cameo character. Come in and hit him with the spin. And then leave. So we've got 7 cameos. I don't think Drama would make a good cameo character. I wouldn't mind seeing him, but I don't think it's happening. MK4 being my favorite game. I like Reiko from 4, and I like this Reiko from Armageddon, but I hate Reiko from the movie, and I really hope that has nothing to do with anything. If they make him play, okay, wouldn't mind. Let's just figure out. Let's get everybody off the board here at the bottom, and then let's start doing something else here. So, wouldn't mind seeing Rain. Wouldn't mind seeing Tanya. Wouldn't mind seeing Ashra. Wouldn't mind seeing Serena. Okay, so we've got everybody off the bottom here. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to try to zoom out here. And you may have to pause and zoom in on your own video watching this. So let's make sure we got our base roster. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've got our base roster here. We've only got 7 cameo characters. Who knows? I don't have a blues clue on how many cameo characters they're going to have. Our Combat Pack 1, I would love to see all 3 of these guys in the game. I really hope that leak is true. Like I said, MK4, heavy influence here. I became a Quan Chi fan from that game. And Ermac's my favorite character all the time. And Takeda was easily the best of the combat kids. So I hope I wouldn't mind that being true. So these are the cameo characters that aren't in the game that are going to be in the combat pack per leaks. This whole thing goes completely up in flames if this leak isn't true. And I kind of hope it's not, because NRS can't really seem to keep any kind of secret under wraps. So I'm really hoping that that's not true anyway. And I just get to make a new tier list. So we've got our base roster here. We need 3 more cameo characters, and we need to pick 3 characters that we wouldn't mind seeing in the combat pack. So, cameo characters. So, we definitely don't want, personally, I don't want really any of these guys back at all. Wouldn't mind seeing Kotal, I guess, if I had to pick one, but you can kind of leave him out. See if I can zoom back in now that I've cleared up another spot here. Perfect. So let's see who we want here. We've got 1 ninja. Sounds like Rain's going to be cameo. He's not going to be DLC again, and I don't think he makes this main roster. But I mean, he is. It didn't look like it was back. I'm so tore. I kind of want to put Rain on the main roster. Okay, let's take Kenshi out, even though I really want Kenshi. Baraka could be out. Let's make Baraka a cameo character and put Rain on the base roster. Rain's got such a cool story to tell, and with this going all the way back to the beginning, maybe he can get a proper story being told here. Something like that. Baraka's just going to get beat up anyway, and being a cameo character, we could still probably beat him up in the story. So I feel a little bit better about that. This main roster is going to be, and by the way, Kung Lao, I think it's going to be Kung Lao and play similar to the Kung Lao that we've always had, but I feel like it's going to be the great Kung Lao. And maybe he'll have a skin for younger Kung Lao, personally. So 2 more cameo characters. Let's give it to who would be cool for the story and really on the sidelines. So Ashra, I think, is going to be Combat Pack 2. she's heavily requested, which means a lot of people are going to purchase. So I feel like she can be the lead-off person here. So we've got in the combat pack, we've got somebody from the original arcade games. We've got somebody from the 3D era. We've got somebody from the newer era. So using that logic, Ashura can be our 3D era character. Then we need a classic character who we haven't seen in a minute, that we don't already have up here. Man, Movado. Nobody likes Movado at all, really. And he is leaked to be in as a cameo character. So I mean, any of these guys mocap could come back. To represent the arcade era, there's nobody left. There's literally everybody from the arcade era is above this right here, unless I'm missing something. Motaro, maybe. I don't think he'll be playable because it's hard. He's really not put in the games because it's hard to program his character. If you don't know, he's centaur, I believe, which is, he's basically half horse, half that. I guess Shiva could be. She was in Combat Pack. No, she was in the Aftermath pack. I don't think she'll be DLC again. She can make a good cameo character and come in and just stomp you and then leave. Collector, I wouldn't mind seeing, but there's no shot. There's no shot. Maybe they could just load this down. Let's just pick the next two best options. Onaga's not going to be... He's either going to be a main character on the roster or not in the game at all. They want to represent the 3D era so bad. Let's make it Reiko, Ashura, Reiko, Serena, or Tanya. I gotta be honest. If it's this right here, I don't know if a lot of people buy this. Plus, it'll have, some guest characters and stuff like that. So if we split it down the middle here, the three on the left are Combat Pack 1. The three on the right are going to be Combat Pack 2. We'll do Serena, and we'll put Tanya as a cameo character. So we need one more cameo character from this list. They could put Kotal Khan in the game and tell the story before he, rose up to be the Khan of Outworld, which he may not even ever become in this timeline. Maybe just to have like an old head, like a mentor to all these monks like Liu Kang and the Great Kung Lao, and I have Kai listed. Maybe they'll put Barrecho, and I don't want him there. Maybe they'll put him in the game as a cameo character. To kind of get him in the story and kind of give him some influence there. So I don't know who they would put. So now we need technically 5 more cameo characters, but that's too far in advance, really. I don't even know who they could put in a combat pack. We've got an MKX character. We've got an arcade character. We've got so we've got 2 MKX and a 3D era. Most of the characters that are left are kind of lame. We could have Cassie, I guess, as a cameo for Combat Pack 1. I feel like what we have now, I feel like we can just leave it at this. So we've got our main roster here: Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Katana, Jade Molina, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Raiden, Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, Smoke, Goro, Reptile, Noob, Cyrek, Sector, Sindel, Fujin, Havoc, Kenshi, Jax, Kano, Sonya, Shao Kahn, and Rain. We've got our cameo characters. We're going to assume just a 10 is a random number I picked. Nightwolf, Aaron Black, Striker, Kai, who I hope is on the main roster. Scarlet, Devora, Cabal, Baraka, Tanya, and Boraicho. And the Combat Pack 1 is Ermac, Quan Chi, Takeda. Combat Pack 2 is Ashra, Reiko, Serena. If this is really what it would be, I would love to see this. It's probably not even going to be anywhere close. I kind of took a couple things into consideration there, but I really hope that's what the main roster is. So I appreciate everybody checking this out. Who would you guys have taken out? Who do you not agree with on my main roster and my cameos? Do you think there's going to be more cameos? Just tell me all about it in the comments. I'll read every single comment and would love to have any kind of discussion. Matter of fact, I would love to do a podcast on this and go through super detailed reasons on why a character isn't or is going to be in the game. But I appreciate everybody that's checked this out. Like I said, leave your predictions in the comments, and maybe we'll start getting some reveals pretty soon. Thank you guys for checking it out.